Bam! Wow, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to Market Mornings with Robert Roy, brought to you by WealthBuildersHQ.com. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you'd please go ahead and just give me a number 1 in the chat box. Let me know that you can. It would be a great help to me. So I'm not talking to myself for the next half hour, all on my lonesome. All right, there we go. Thank you, sir. All right. So let's jump in. Unemployment report is out. We'll take a look at what's going on in just a second. But keep in mind, everything we look at here today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. All right, let me just kind of move a few things around here, make it a little bit easier for me on the screen. And let's go. So first off, let's go look at what's happening in the futures market. Baby, look at that move. I saw it on CNBC as I kind of looked over my shoulder right as we got started here. The unemployment report came in at 4.2% versus 4.5%. So phenomenal, good for the economy. Less people filing for unemployment, less cost to the government, less money we're spending. Not that we care about spending money, this government, that's for sure. But we are right now up about 20 points on the ES. And a big part of it is what's going on right now in this last 5-minute candle. For unemployment, right? So definitely on the bullish end for ES. Not near all-time highs at this point, but overall, I'm happy with what the ES is doing so far today, right? When we look at the Dow, same type of candle, same type of move. We're up about 100 points right now on the Dow, and it's been a bit of a chop market out there. About 6 o'clock is when we saw the market start to get a good run to it again, which is what we saw about midnight last night. And then here we are with the Nasdaq. We're up 103 points right now on Nasdaq. Same thing, big candle, big run about 6 a.m. this morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around there this morning. Good overall push to the upside today. So they're up about 100 points right now. Russell 2000 is up about 9 points. Again, exact same pattern, exact same reaction to the market, to the unemployment report. All right, Bitcoin like the unemployment report, I guess. We ran up to almost 58,000 on that today. We've been staggering, flip-flopping back and forth, 56, 7, 8, somewhere in that range. Nothing really driving it just yet. Gold had a tremendous spike and has given almost all of it back at this point. Just definitely an overreaction. But we're up 10 points on gold right now. So flight to safety is there. Crude oil. We are at 68.5 right now. So if we kind of bring it back a little bit, you can see where we were up at 78 about a week ago. So we've had a tremendous drop in the market. So overall, again, I think 60, 70 is an affordable number for us. If we want to see those lower prices, though, on gas, we definitely need to see the price come down a little bit. And nat gas is first day in a little bit that we've had a bounce, but we're up about 3%, 3.5% right now on nat gas. All right. So fantastic. So let me know, folks. Go ahead in the comment section. Talk to me. What did you guys do yesterday? What trades did you take yesterday? Are there any trades that you took from yesterday that came from here? I want to share one with you guys right now, but go ahead and drop them in. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. Or were doing yesterday, and how you did. How was the day? Did you make some money on it? What did it look like? So yesterday, let me flip over here. Yesterday, I went ahead and open this up. And let's go and put in, well, we need to get back the pre-market stuff so we can just see what's going on now. But yesterday, we looked at Dollar General, DG. Right? I think it was an earnings candidate yesterday. And I went back purposely because I wanted you to see what happened in the pre-market. So when we looked at pre-market, we were down here, right? We looked at 830. So we were down here yesterday as we were looking at, right in this range. And I went over here first, get all our symbols in place. I went and looked at DG then on an end of day chart. And let's see, kind of bring it in. we had closed up just about that 220.70 fib line there. We got right about there, and we had gapped down on the open, right, in the pre-market. So pre-market, when we were looking at this, we were about 215-ish, right? So when we go back here, where were we? We were just underneath this 217 half level, right? Just below that, let me get crosshairs, just below that level. And we immediately, if we go back to the chart, we immediately shot up like a skyrocket, right? Just Roman candle straight up in the air. Well, I've got lines drawn at 220.70, 217.56, and 212.41. Why? Because those are the three fib lines, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay? Those are our most three recent lines. We already knew we had made it down below that 217. So the question was, could we go even further down? And I didn't know where it was going to go on the open. I didn't know maybe it was going to just retest and fail. No, it broke right out. You could see where we opened up, right? Here on the open, we broke right to the upside and then we failed. Now we got pretty close to that 220.70 on a 1 minute candle yesterday. It was about 9:35.6. I forget what it was. Two different trade setups on there. You bought the put and or did a bear call spread, which were the two trades we looked at for yesterday. But if we look at the bear call spread, we would have gotten in that trade. Let's get the option chain back. There we go. So we would have been looking at yesterday's bear call, and we would have been looking at the 222.5, 225 of the strikes, right? So I was up above that 220, 25, whatever that level was. We were up above that level. So 220, 222.5. If I flip this over to a vertical spread right now, and we combine those two numbers together, 22.5, 25 is right here. Right now, it's trading at minus 10 cents by 20. So basically, the mid price is 5 cents. Yesterday, we got $1 on this spread. $1. And right now, it's worth a nickel. You could wind out of it for 5 cents and call it a day. Or you could just get out of your short leg and hold on to your long leg and see if you don't get a chance to get some more premium built in there. If the position starts to move in the opposite direction, you're long a call now, right? So if it pops today, you'd have some increase there. The naked put, we got in at 6. We got out at between 880 and 1160, two different exits. So not a naked put, sorry, I'm buying a put. So it was a great overall setup yesterday, right? So let me see what you guys got in here. So excellent. So Robert said Alibaba. Alan said SPY. Boeing and Snow for Karen. Good. Home Depot nailed it. There we go, Alan. I love hearing that. Snow was tricky. It was. Absolutely. Alan said booking, but it was like playing with fire. There's no question. Booking is, I said it the other day that, booking is not for sissies, right? If you are faint of heart, you're like, don't trade booking. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just realistically, I talk about it all the time. Make sure it fits your risk profile. If it doesn't, don't do it. Robert said Snow took a small profit with a bear call spread. Facebook, a small loss, 76 cents on the Qs. Small loss on SPY. Overall profitable day. What more can you ask for, Robert, right? You making money during the day? That's it. That's what I want to hear. Appreciate you guys sharing all that. So let's go ahead and look at today's candidates. All right, DocuSign. DOCU. All right. Woo! Baby. Earnings. All right. So they came out. They closed about 233. We are down 74 points today. Good luck. I don't know what we're going to find on it. I mean, I could look for a put. We're at 159 right now. But spreads, I just don't think it's going to be there. So we've already completely violated the fib. Completely blew through it. So we're at 159. Actually, let me put up my option chain. Let me keep it over here so I could see everything. So at 159-ish even, right? So 159.19, we've got a previous fib line right there. That's where we're at. Guys, you could look at a potential bounce up to 173. But if we break the 159, I'm going to go long a put down to about 148 is where our target is. So not real crazy about it with with that big a move already. It's just harder to trade is all it is. Peloton. It must have been really bad earnings, huh? For DocuSign. Goodness gracious. I don't want to sign online anymore. DocuSign's up $2. They got an upgrade. Well, it was a decent company, was the upgrade, but it wasn't a Goldman Sachs or Morgan, but it was a decent upgrade. And they're $45.50. So for me, I love stocks in this range, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look at my daily chart. Yeah, booking more like playing with potential erupting volcano. There you go. Say, hey, I'm with you, my friend. I am. All right. So on Peloton right now, they got an upgrade, but look at the position that they're in, guys. I mean, look at this chart right now. Get down so we see that next line. Right? On Peloton, if we're at 46.5 right now, we ain't anywhere near anything. So what do we got? $9 of fib. Oh, we need a fib in here. So let's go set this up. So let me draw a fibit inside of here. Probably still not enough. 32 to 44 is 12. It's not. We need fibits of fibits. All right. So right now, we'll go back and look again. Right now, Peloton's at 46.5. Oh, so we're right in between here. So for me to want to do anything on this trade, right, we got good news. I'd love to see a retest of that 44 and a bounce, and you're looking at 50.25 is your resistance level. Possibly buying a call option on it, short-term day trade, today's options is all I'm looking for. If I can get the move or maintain, let's rephrase that. So let's go and look at a 46 on a naked put. So as of yesterday, the $46 puts, not 46, sorry, it'd be 45s. The $45, nope, hold on. I'm guessing. It'd be 44 or less. So we're going to go to the 44s. So, and remember, we're up $2 right now. So the 44s yesterday were trading at 68 cents. A $2 move puts them at about 30 cents, 27 cents. So if I can, and they were an upgrade, so it's not like they're going to have a big price increase yesterday because of earnings. If I can go ahead and pick up about 25 or 30 cents today for the 44s, that's what I'll be looking to trade. Right now, guys, this is a strategy. If you're not familiar with naked puts, it's a great strategy. I could do a covered call where I buy the stock. I could sell a put where they pay me to place a trade. I need some cash on hold, but that cash can be something you already have into another position. I don't mean like you bought a call option where you have money where you bought a stock, you own a stock, an ETF, a mutual fund in that same account. That actually could be the money for the margin to hold for that position. Depending on the broker, it's about 25% is what the margin is. Could be a little bit higher. You really want to check with your broker and see exactly what they're holding on there. But roughly 25% of the strike price. So if you sell the 40, you're going to need about $10. Just as a rough estimate for it. But this is a strategy that we do in a training that I do called on covered calls. And actually, I did one last night. For those of you that were there, it was a great training. We had a packed house. We had almost 1,000 people in that room. It was phenomenal. For those of you that were not there, hey, Sean, can you drop that link in for me? For those of you that were not there last night, we've got another one coming up next week. It's a free training. Sean will drop the link in for it. Go ahead and get registered for it, guys. You will not be disappointed. I'll share it again at the end of the training here today when we're done. But on Peloton, that's my story. That's what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm looking to trade for Peloton. All right, Moderna, mRNA. What's going on with them? FDA came out and said, you know what? We're not going to require big trials for this new Omicrap variant. Instead, we're going to just say, hey, if you get a few hundred people, it's going to take them about 2 to 3 months to have a new vaccine out that's been tested with those few hundred people. The FDA said they will rush the approval 1 to 2 weeks and get the new vaccine out there again. So based on that, they're going to be very volatile over this, guys. You're going to watch Moderna over and over and over again be very volatile like this. So if we look at mRNA, and they're going to be volatile throughout the course of this Omicron variant. So right now we're at 321. So we're way up here. Okay. So I would be looking at, well, there should be a $300 level in here. All right. So let's change this to 300. Let's change it over to red. And let's change it to a dash dot. All right. So that's here. So 290 to 333. So that's 40 points. We don't need a fib in there. But we're sitting right now at 321. Tough number. Tough number. If I can get a credit spread down below that 300, I would be all over it today for a bull put spread, and it will expire today. So again, these are yesterday's numbers, right? So we've got to be cautious on what we're looking at. But if we look at the 300, 297.5, as of yesterday, we were able to get $1.20. If we're looking at 87.5, as of today, it's probably going to be about 50 cents, 30 to 50 cents, somewhere around there. It just depends how much volatility plays in it. If I can get 50 cents on a 250 spread for today, and I'm all the way down, protected all the way down at 300, yeah, I'll take it. Without a doubt, I will take it. Moderna will be one of my top ones on my list today. All right, so let's go back and look at our next one, which is Ulta, ULTA. For them, it was earnings, right? Obviously, they were good. People, and think about it. Everybody's wearing masks. Every time you went out, people weren't putting on makeup the same way. My wife would complain that it would get all over the inside of her mask. So now you see sales picking up for companies like an Ulta because of that, right? So earnings, good. We're sitting at about 401. We're up almost $18. If we go look at Ulta on an end of day chart, let's see. There's our hiccup at 50%. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, guys, when I said that hiccup at 50%, guys, go over to tradinglikeaboss.com. Sean dropped that in. There's this free Fibonacci training that I do. Pick it up, guys. It's an hour long. It's three videos, 3 different days they come out in. It's a series, right? I want you to watch it, practice, watch it, practice, watch it, practice. But it'll go through some of the details behind what we do here with fibs. All right. So when we look at Ulta, we were sitting yesterday at 383.5. Right now we're at 402. We should also have a $400 level in here. So let's go and add that in. Make it a dash dot. This is my standard for my 100-point levels. So we're sitting just above that level there now, right? If I can get any kind of credit spread down below that 392, I'll be all over it. Or, well, let's talk credit spread first, right? So 392.5. Yeah, 392.5 is probably going to be okay if we have one of those. So 392.5, 300. We're looking at bull put spread. As of yesterday, was $1.30. We've had almost 20-point move today. So let's see, 390, that would be 370. We don't really have it. It's not giving us a number there because it's a $5 spread now. Don't know because the numbers are all over the place. See how whack they are? 225, 105, 225. We're all over the place with our numbers. So I'm not really sure what it's going to be, but I will be looking for vertical spread as number one. And if we get a bounce, we're at 402 right now, even. If we come up above that 400, retest it and bounce, I'm looking at 415 as my target. And I'm looking to buy a call option today. And I'd be looking to buy the 395, the 75 Delta, which is trading at 760 by 960. Now, earnings came out overnight. That could be part of the reason for the big spread. I don't trade Ulta a lot. You got 5 by 1050, right? 650 by 1470. Yeah, it's not happening, okay? You can see numbers get a little bit better as you get a little higher. But so we'll see what they open up at. But that would be what I'd look at if we're looking for a directional trade or at a directional trade. All right. Then we've got Marvell. I was corrected by my 13-year-old niece at Thanksgiving that it's Marvel, not Marvel. Everybody's changing the way I talk. No one likes the words that come out of my mouth. Go figure. Right? So Marvel right now is up $15. It was earnings for them, right? So let's go look at Marvel. Right? Great run for Marvel, whatever the right way to say it is. All right, and we are at 86. So we moved up above this 83.48. What I'm looking for is a retest of the 83.48 and a bounce with 88 as a target, and I can look for that for an intraday trade. If I'm looking for a credit spread, which I also will be, I'll be looking down probably at that $80 credit spread for a bull put is what I would want to see, right? So we flip this over to vertical, and if I can get an 80, where are we now? 86, yeah, we might be able to do okay on that. If I can get an 80, wow, we got 80.79. Look how big their numbers are. They're off minus 250 to 490. It's saying I'll get $1.20 credit for a $1 spread. If I can do that, if they'll give me $1.20 credit for a $1 spread, I'm going to mortgage every property I own, liquidate every asset I own, and put it in there because it's a guaranteed win. It's a 20% rate of return guaranteed. I can't lose. Right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But that's what we'll be looking at for Marvel. All right. Let's go take a look at our next one, which is OLLI. All right. So OLLI, weekly options. No weekly options, only monthlies on these guys. They had earnings. Obviously, they were bad. Right. So retail establishment, a chain. And they said it was supply chain was their issues that they're dealing with. So they're down about $13. I think there are a lot of other options out there for today. But here, wow. Oh, no, that's vertical. Let's go to single. 550 by 950. Again, I really want to see what the numbers are when they open up, but I've got no open interest. So probably not really my best company to look to trade. If you want to short them, great. But other than that, probably not what I'm looking at. So Big had earnings come out. The earnings were good, but they cited increased costs based on freight. So we're down right now about 50 cents. We were down a little bit earlier when I got this, which was about 8 o'clock. I do my research. We were down here at 41.96 at 42. Right now we're at 43. So we're down $1.50. I'm going to look at this on a daily chart. Yeah, I definitely like the bearish side of the trade better than the bullish side, right? So if it gets its push back down off from the moving average, let's say off of that 44.5 level, if it makes it up to about 44.5 and fails, I'll look at buying a put option, probably just for today. We don't have it for just today. They're monthly, monthly options only. So caution. That's all I can say. Caution. I'm not a fan, but put option is what I'd be looking to do if I was going to trade it. All right. Okay. So that's our last one, folks. So go ahead. I should have asked you this already. Go ahead and drop in the symbols you want me to take a look at for your candidates. What is it you want to look at? What trades do you want to see today? Or are you considering today? Give me some ideas so I've got some stuff to trade on top of my list as well. All right. Let's see. What do we got there? Kevin, Roku. Kevin, how was class last night? We got Amgen. Okay, so we'll look at Roku. Big fan of Roku. Big fan of Roku, right? I love them as a company, trading company. I could care less for them as as what they do. I don't care about that. For trading, yes, very much like them. Right? So Roku, let's go look at where they are first in pre-market. Flat. All right. So they're up 4 cents in pre-market right now. Nothing really happening there. Nothing helping us for that. All right. So we've got a resistance, Kevin, at 218. We've got a support at 200, another one at 189.24. So right now we're sitting at 210. So literally in the middle-ish of that 200, 218 level, a little closer to the top. Well, we're right there. It's a tough trade unless you can get it off a pivot point. It's a tough trade for me to consider taking without a pullback to some key level, right? It's just not there for me. So trade off a pivot if it presents itself, or if it pulls back to the 200 or up to the 218 is where I'm looking at potentially taking something, but I just don't know if we're going to get it. So not really sure how much you're going to get from this one. So sorry about that, but I hope it helps. By the way, Kevin said last night's class was great. I will be there again next week. There you go. Yep, just looking for nuggets of gold. I get it. Robert's asking for Amgen. Let's go back here. Put Amgen in. So Amgen had this gap down, 1 hash. See, this is why I don't put much weight on just hash marks there. That gap down, it was 198.88. And right now we're at, 200. We're actually at 201.36 right now. So this green box. So you can't really count on or rely on those one hashtag lines. They're really not, you just don't know if it's valid or not. Could have been a correction that got made and they just recorded it at that time. So right now we're up 19 cents on Amgen. Again, flat, really not much happening. The overall pattern for Amgen has been bearish bias, right? Our tops are coming down. Our bottoms are holding, right? At least at this level, at that 200 level, right? We definitely, remember, at 100-point levels, you're always going to have a support or resistance. So that's critical, key, that you have to make sure you've got on your charts. If we can get the break of that $200 level, Alan, come back, retest, and fail, then I'm all over it, right? To the downside, about 194, I would be looking at either a bear call spread or buying a longer-term put option. All right, so I hope that helps. Taylor, do you know the symbol for Texas Roadhouse? Not one I trade, so I can look it up if not, but if you know it, it definitely would help me. Okay, so PayPal, where's my sheet? My red folder, top secret. So all my trading stuff is right there. That's all the stuff I'm looking at and things I'm doing and so forth. So PayPal, we actually have in Power Option Plays, we have an open trade on PayPal. We did. We would have gotten stopped out last night on our last contract. So let me, wrong one, wrong sheet. I'm so much in the covered call mode right now after last night's class, which, by the way, I was stoked after that class last night. Man, we just crushed it. Okay. So open. All right, these are the trades we just closed out. I've got to transfer them over to another page. PayPal is right now, we had 1 contract left. That's it. We did 4 contracts. We got out at 207.5 on our first one, 211 entry. We got out at 199 on our second one, all within a day. We took the trade, 2 different exits. And now on PayPal, we would have closed up about 187 last night. So let me just do the math real quick and see what that comes out to be. Very nice. Guys, we got in. Look at that. We got in at 211. We get out of the last contract at 187. We're up $3,554 on that. That one contract equated for $2,000. So my 3 contracts of exit, my first contract was 2, my first exit rather was 2 contracts. My second exit was 1 contract. So I took 3 contracts of my 4 off and we were up 1,482, call it 1,500. When I changed the quantity back to 1, we're now from 1,500 to 3,400. We made more money on the last contract than on the other 3, right? I love it when a plan comes together. So we're actually out of the trade. But now, with all of that being said, Joan, where are we? We're sitting up near that 190.81 level. Actually, let's see where PayPal is this morning. We're up 83 cents. Okay, so 188 basically is where we're trading at right now. So if we can push up, well, moving average is 187.38. So we're there, Joan. Between 187.38 and 190.81. We've got a blue zone in there between that moving average, and we don't normally draw these on our charts, but for the moving average one. But just to give an idea for this, I got to take it back off. But we've got a blue zone there, which is a health zone, right? Go read the book, The China Study, or go look up China Study Blue Zone, and you'll understand why my reference to that phraseology. And if we fail from that level, John, I'm looking at that 181. If we break through that level, I'd be cautious, which is how breakouts work. Every time we get these little breakouts here, we seem to fail, right? That wick there, right? This right here, we broke the 8. We broke the 8 again. We broke the 8, and we keep failing. We keep failing. So if you get the breakout and you find some of the intraday setting up, you got 191 up to 200. So really nice range in there for that one. All right. Let's see. Taylor, I appreciate that. TXRH for Texas Roadhouse. I hope that was helpful, Joan. Let's see. Keep a zooming, keep a zooming, keep a zooming. Ugly. Okay. Great run to the upside there. And it looks like we just kind of slowly running out of steam. Okay. So we're down at the bottom of our support level in this bearish trend. If we here, I don't know what time is it. Well, I guess this is the nice thing about doing this at 8:30 and not at 9 o'clock is if we go a few extra minutes, it's okay. If you guys got a jet, I understand. I'm going to share with you an advanced technique here, but if you got a jet, I get it. You know, you do what you got to do. All right. So you see the distance inside of here, okay? If I go ahead and take another line, and I'm not leaving it here, but I'm going to start it here. I'm going to put it about in the middle of these two lines, right? And I'm only doing that so I can pull a line down and try to visualize the same distance. It still looks like it's a little high. It's not allowing me to really get a good centering in here at all. It's either going really far or not far enough. Okay. So visually, I could see about how big that is. Visually, I could see about that this is about the same. From there, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to get rid of that middle line. We don't need it. But this is a 50 percentile drop, right? So Taylor, what I'm looking at is this. If we fail below this diagonal line, like we were 2 days ago, yesterday we came up and blew through it. But if we push back down below, retest it and drop, we're going to follow along with this line somewhere in that $76 to $75 range is where we would expect to see a support level in there. All right. So I'd be looking bearish. Where are they this morning? Let's see. TXRH. It didn't give me any pre-market, so it's not recording any. Actually, we've just got a couple of hash marks in there, I guess. And it's all from yesterday. So I got nothing in there. There are only monthly options available on it, so a little caution there. But from a technical standpoint, that's where we're at. I'd be looking at a bearish entry. Bullish would not be in my nature here. I don't take bullish trades in a bearish pattern. So I hope that helps. Joan, you're welcome for PayPal. Just the class last night was excellent. Fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I will see all of you at our next update. Have a good trading day, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.